Hello students, I am Raghavendra Kumar Singh, faculty of US Academy and Institute. Today we will discuss class 10th geography's second chapter, forest and wildlife resources. We human beings along with all living organisms forms a complex web of an ecosystem in which flora and fauna plays an important role in the ecological system, and we have to conserve them as a wildlife resources. And the steps taken by the government or the people to conserve our forest and wildlife resource. Our earth is a home of millions of living beings, starting from microorganisms and bacteria like lichen to banyan tree, elephant and blue whale. Now the flora and fauna in India. India is one of the world's richest country in terms of its vast array of biological diversity and has nearly 8% of the total number of species in the world, which is estimated to be 1.6 million. At least 10% of India's recorded wild flora and 20% of its mammals are on the 310 list. Many are categorized as critical, that is, on the verge of extinction, like the cheetah, pink-headed duck, and others, in which international unions for conservation of nature and natural resources has found the varieties of forest and wildlife resources should be settled in India. We can classify different categories of existing plants and animal species, such as normal species, species whose population levels are considered to be normal for their survival, such as cattle, sal, pine, rodent, etc. Endangered species. These are species which are in danger of extinction. For example, black buck, crocodile, Indian wild ash. Vulnerable species. These are the species whose population has declined to level from where it is likely to move into the endangered category in the near future if the negative factors continue to operate. For example, blue sheep, Asiatic elephant, Gangetic dolphin, etc. Rare species. Rare with a small population may move into the endangered or vulnerable category if the negative factors affecting them continue to operate. For example, Himalayan brown bear, wild Asiatic buffalo, desert fox and hornbill, etc. Endemic species. These are the species which are only found in some particular area, usually isolated by natural or geographical barriers. For example, Andaman teal, Nicobar pigeon, Andaman wild pig, Mithun in Arunachal Pradesh. Extinct species. These are the species which are not found after search of known or likely areas where they may occur. For example, Asiatic cheetah, pink-headed duck. Causes of duplication. Causes of duplication of the flora and fauna. Human beings transformed nature into different forms, such as excessive consumption of natural resources for fulfilling human needs, such as wood, barks, leaves, rubber, medicines, dyes, food, fuel, fodder, manure, etc. The expansion of the railways agriculture, commercial and scientific forests, and mining activities. Large scale developments of project and mining activities, unequal access, unequitable consumption of resources, and differential share of responsibility for environmental well being. Whereas human beings transform nature into a resource obtaining directly and indirectly from the forest and wildlife, which duplicated our forest and wildlife. The various factors that cause duplication of the flora and fauna are large scale development projects, shifting cultivation, mining, grazing, and fuel wood collection, overpopulation, and the factors responsible for decline in India's biodiversity is habitat destruction, hunting, poaching, overexploitation, environmental pollution, poisoning, forest fires, etc. Now the conservation of forest and wildlife in India. Conservation preserves the ecological diversity and our life support system such as water, air and soil. Due to conservationist demand, the Indian Wildlife Protection Act was implemented in 1972 with various provisions for protecting habitats. The aim of the program was protecting the remaining population of certain endangered species by banning hunting, giving legal protection to their habitat, and restriction trade in wildlife. The central and many state governments established national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. The central government also announced several projects for protecting species animals or the specific animals which are gravely threatened, including the tiger, the one-horned rhinoceros and others. Project Tiger was also launched by the Government of India in the year 1973 to save the endangered species of tigers in country. Under Wildlife Act of 1980 and 1986, several hundreds butterflies, moths, beetles, and one dragonfly have been added to the list of protected list. In 1991, for the first time, plants were also added to the list, starting with 6 species. Now the types of distribution of forest and wildlife resources. In India, much of its forest and wildlife resources are either owned or managed by the government through the forest department or other government departments. The forests are classified under the following categories. Number 1, reserve categories, means reserve forest. These forests are regarded as the most valuable as far as the conservation of forest and wildlife resources are concerned. It covers half of the total forest lands. Protected forests. This forest lands are protected from any further depletion. Almost one of the third part of the total forest is protected. Areas is protected forest. Unclassed forest. These are other forests and wastelands belonging to both government and private individuals and communities. Now the community and conservation. The forests are also home to some of the traditional communities. Local communities are struggling to conserve these habitat along with the government officials to secure their long-term livelihood. In Sariska Tiger Reserve, Rajasthan, Villagers have fought against mining by citing the Wildlife Project, which is a Wildlife Protection Act. The famous Chipko movement in the Himalayan region has successfully resisted deforestation in several areas. Also, shown that community of afforestation with indigenous species can be enormously successful. Farmers and citizens groups like Beej Bachao Andolan in Tehri and Navdanya have shown that adequate level of diversified crops production without the use of synthetic chemicals are possible and economically variables. Joint forest management programs introduced in 1988 in the states of Odisha shown good example for involving local communities in the management and restoring of degraded forest. The movement has also resulted in a community afforestation. Farmers and citizen groups like the crop production system or the use of synthetic substances or chemical substances should be viable. India Joint Forest Management Program to furnish a good example for involving local communities in the management and restoring of degraded forest.